Hello, and welcome back to Obscure Undead. This is your Wednesday music recommendation. I am Mouse.
I'm Azzy.
And today we have the album Molitva by the Russian band Molitva. And it is amazing Russian post-punk.
It's a debut.
It's on Serpin Records. 7-track album, and it was released on July 29th.
And this one kind of really hit me like a wave. I've been a little bit kind of iffy on Russian post-punk lately because I'm just like, yeah, it's good, but it's all the same kind of good. No.
I like that. I love that.
Well, you know me, I'm constantly like, what's new? What's exciting?
I like a mood, and it puts you in a mood. It sounds of desolation, and I don't know, I'm always thinking of like Chernobyl and Pripyat, and like it has this this cold sound to it, and far away, and even from an ancient time. It even sounds like, a lot of it sounds like it was made in the 80s in a basement. But Molitva, this is very difficult for me to say. Molitva, they're out of Perm, Russia, which I don't know what part of Russia that may be. And all of their songs are offered in Cyrillic, and they have the English translation of the songs, so you can tell what it is. And there's also a lot of Arabic influence, which we know another band that does that. Morwan. So this will remind you of Morwan a bit, I believe. It's got that like swift guitar picks going on throughout several of the songs.
Mm-hmm. I would say most of them, at some point in each song, it does it, because there's so much variety within each song and across the entire album that I honestly like don't know who to compare it to solidly. But one thing I really got a strong sense of when we were listening to this is that the way it's composed reminds me of how Drab Majesty composes their music, in that the songs aren't melody based so much as they are rhythm of melodies. You know what I mean? It's not melodies driving the rhythm, it's rhythm driving the melodies.
Right. Okay, so you have like these intense guitar work. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, it's just intricate guitar work. There's some areas where there's like a chanty atmosphere, awash over the background of it. And that kind of waviness, that reminds me of the band Timian. We reviewed them last week. I don't remember. How do you pronounce it?
I don't know, because
Timian? Okay.
We were told that our American accents were...
Yeah, we have American accents. We do that. So the second track on the album is called Control.
Yes.
Paced, has those chants going on in the background, that atmospheric wave that you would normally hear in like a dark wave post-punk band. And then other tracks are
even
more
no wave.
Lucky.
Yeah, I would almost possibly say that this is even like no wave, but the guitar, it like stings and slices, and the drums are so hard. And every time I heard this track, I'm like, it was a bop.
A bop. There's another track on the album I really love called S to Boy, or With You. That to me is it track 4? Yeah, track 4. A really upbeat, but almost like sad, new wave vibe to it.
Yeah, I felt this track kind of dragged us the most out of all of them into the Russian post-punk that we know. And it had the slow, melancholic vocals over a sparse, heavily reverbed, and I think it was also delayed guitar.
Love our heavy reverb. Whispery vocals.
I have that right in my notes exactly. And I love how the vocals on this track though were like punctuated at points with like this just like little like minor key guitar sting. Just, it was nice. It was really well composed. This whole album's well composed.
Mm-hmm. And then track 5 called Beirut. I think that's in homage to exactly a year ago there was that huge explosion in Beirut. So I don't think that's a coincidence. That was probably extremely impactful in that part of the world. It was over here as well. There is a creepy shouting vocal sample that they have at the end. There's some creepy talking throughout the album.
Yeah.
I think they do that to stitch the tracks together into some kind of cohesive art piece, but I'm not sure that it works. It really distracts from the music instead of telling a story.
I completely disagree. I think it adds beautifully into the kind of desolate sound because so much of it sounds like I wish I could understand what they're saying. Hopefully some of our Russian viewers will help us translate this.
I did ask a Russian friend, and they said it seemed like an old crazy person.
It sounds
shouting.
like propaganda.
It could be as well.
Like if you're standing in like a square in one of those Soviet like block housing complexes and it's just a PA piping it into the square and no one is saying a word and there's no sound in the streets. There's only this droning like public announcement. That's what it sounds like throughout the whole album.
There's another track I love, which I had to love it because it's called Molchatoma. It's called Molchatoma. Houses are silent, and it has to be about the band, or because of the band. This is multi-layered. It starts off progressively increasing in anxiety.
Yeah.
And then it just evolves into almost like a noise track. There's some cowbell. There's some untuned or detuned guitar, out of tune guitar. Very strange, very fun.
Yeah, and then okay, so this album I thought like in a lot of places was really weird. It flowed together really well, but the one track that I was just like, wait, how does this fit on the album was the last track, and that was Body.
Oh, the 8-minute song?
Yeah, because I'm just like, okay, there are two guitars, there are two layers of vocals, the whole thing is doubled up in a way of opposites, and it's the only track that I think is driven by melodies in a way that the rest of the album isn't.
Ending for the album, it was beautiful, but it was too long for me. Too long.
I didn't even notice it was 8 minutes. So
but
unfortunately,
I love the album. I like its elements of post-punk, dark wave, a little bit of new wave. That's probably just me, though. I actually really enjoyed this album a lot.
I did too. This one was a surprise. I hadn't heard it until you threw it at me, and I was like, ooh. Unfortunately, I don't have lyrics for this one this week because lyrics are not posted online, and
They're all in Russian?
I don't speak Russian.
Okay, well, that's good that you didn't try. All right, well, I will leave you with one final thing, an exercise to do. For the next 3 days, I want you to set aside exactly 30 minutes and do something that you love to do, even if it is doing absolutely nothing. No interruptions, lock your door, even if it's just watching an old cartoon. Give yourself 30 minutes and take time for yourself. Try it. You'll love it. That's all.
And let us know what you did too, because that's great advice.
Oh, yeah. Put it in the comments.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.
This ignorance of consciousness, despair the self will find eternal.